Продовжуємо роботу в Українському кризовому медіа-центрі. Запрошую до слова полковника Андрія Lysenka, речника Міністерства.
Now the floor is given to Ministry of Defense of Ukraine spokesman on ATO-related issues, Colonel Andriy Lysenko. Welcome. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Now information about the events that happened in the anti-terror operation zone and about training of Ukrainian armed forces. During the last 24 hours, the situation in the anti-terror operation zone remained tense. The enemy delivered 12 mortar shellings of the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine, on the whole launching at our positions about 60 shells. The Lugansk sector, illegal armed formations 17 times delivered fire at the positions of the armed forces of Ukraine. In the morning, the enemy shelled the positions of our forces in the region of Lapaskina with the use of 82mm mortars and mounted grenade launchers. In the evening, Russian occupation forces twice delivered fire with the use of mortars of 120mm of caliber in the region of Novotashkivsk, and also the enemy shelled with the use of mortars of different caliber our positions near Lugansk and Travneva. Also, the enemy delivered shelling with the use of 82mm mortars, weaponry of IFV, grenade launchers and small arms, our positions in the region of Troitsk. Also, during the last 24 hours, the enemy 4 times opened fire with the use of small arms and launched 1 mine of 82mm of caliber at Ukrainian defenders who serve near Krymsk. Twice the enemy shelled our positions in the region of Zaitsevo with the use of large caliber machine guns and grenade launchers and small arms. In response, Ukrainian servicemen 9 times suppressed firing activity of the occupants with the use of weapons that is not banned by the Minsk agreements. The Donetsk sector, during the last 24 hours, there were 16 precision enemy shellings recorded. In the morning, Russian occupation forces used against ATO positions in the region of Vodene mortars of 120mm and they launched on the whole 17 mines. Also, the enemy shelled with the use of the caliber 120mm in the region of Pavlopil. The enemy used grenade launchers and small arms against Ukrainian positions near Pavlopil, Shirokina, Avdiivka, Novotroitsk and Vodene. And during the day near Novotroitsk, an enemy sniper was active. In the region of Marienka, the enemy launched 6 mines of 82mm of caliber, and also near Marienka, enemy 3 times opened fire at our detachments with the use of small arms. And nearly in each case, servicemen of armed forces of Ukraine responded with precision fire. Yesterday in the evening from 7:30 till 9 p.m. the enemy showed the real face of Russian world by delivering mortar shelling of residential quarters in Marienka. Now an inspection group is working in the town to record the consequences of the shelling, the damage to private houses. Also on site, sappers work and they provide information about unexploded mines. Also updated information about damages will be known after the completion of the work of the inspection group. On the whole, during the last 24 hours along the line of confrontation, Russian occupation forces delivered 33 shellings of our positions. And in order to destroy military personnel and active firing means of the enemy, servicemen of Ukraine 23 times returned fire. And the result of the military actions, no Ukrainian serviceman was killed, but in shelling of our positions near Marienka and Novotroitsk, Troitsk. 2 defenders of Ukraine were wounded. These servicemen were evacuated to medical institutions, and now they are provided with all necessary medical help. According to information provided by main intelligence department of MOD, in units and large units of 1st and 2nd Army Corps, there is a decrease of moral and psychological level of Russian officers. Incompetence and low moral qualities of one of the commanders of the battalion of so-called 1st Army Corps resulted in permanent losses in his detachments. In the result, in one of the companies of the battalion in November, 20 militants left frontline positions. In other units of 1st Army Corps, there is an increase in the number of drug addicts, and on the 13th of November, 2 Russian officers died of overdose of methadone, and the commanders tried to hide such instances. In the report to their superiors, officially they state the reason of the servicemen as death in the course of shelling delivered by armed forces of Ukraine. In the region of anti-terror operation, groups of civil and military cooperation continue to provide humanitarian assistance to low-income families. They provide product packages that were delivered to Troitsk and Lugansk.
Officers of Popasna Civil Military Cooperation Group sent to our defenders at the front line the camouflage nets, harnesses, magazine pockets, and camouflage overalls. The officers of Stanitsa Luganska Civil Military Cooperation Group ensured the safety of repair crews of gas facilities in Stanitsa Luganska thanks to the joint actions of the military men and civilians. The works have been completed in full. The officers of Lugansk Civil Military Cooperation Group delivered mine safety classes to Starobilsk school children at school number 2. These classes addresses the topic how to act in order to prevent injuries by explosive objects when they are detected or in the locations of their potential presence. As experience proves, the practices really helps to mitigate the risks of negative consequences in the places of withdrawal of military vehicles in the anti-terroristic operation area. Artillery crews are improving new skills which they gained in action. Since 2014, nearly 500 ATO participants have passed integrated medical examination in the Center of Radiation Protection and Recreation of Citizens in Chernihiv region. Permanent communication, modern medicines and psychological aid help the servicemen to recover. The doctors call on ATO participants to address the center and pass integrated medical examination. It is possible for those participants of combat actions who have relevant certificates of combatants. Thank you. That's all information for today. Are there any questions? No questions. Thank you. That's all.